You think this movie is about saving the galaxy? It's not. It's about something much more personal. About why people chase approval, why they're afraid to step up, and how easy it is to lose yourself trying to become someone else. And the most important lesson? It comes from the character you'd least expect. Lesson 1. The need to be seen. Bowser Jr. doesn't just want power, he wants to be seen. Everything he builds. Planet Bowser, his weapons, his entire plan. It all comes from one simple thought. I think my father is really going to love this. That's not ambition, that's validation. And this is where things become dangerous. Because when your actions are driven by validation, you stop asking yourself, is this the right thing to do? And you start asking, will this finally make me feel enough? And that shift changes everything. Lesson 2. When validation becomes your identity. Bowser Jr. doesn't just want approval. He builds his entire identity around it. He defines himself through how his father sees him. And that creates pressure. Because now, everything has to prove something. Every decision, every action, every move. And this doesn't just happen in the movie, it happens in real life. People build their lives around being liked, being respected, being admired. But when your identity depends on others, you lose control over who you are. Because you're no longer choosing your path, you're reacting to expectations. Lesson 3. The people around you shape who you become. Bowser shows a different side of this. At one point, he starts to change. He hesitates. He questions himself. For a moment, it feels like he might choose a different path. But then Junior steps in and reminds him who he's supposed to be. And just like that, Bowser goes back to destruction. Not because he had to, but because influence is powerful sometimes. The people around you don't support who you're becoming. They pull you back into who you used to be. And if you're not careful, you won't even notice it happening. Lesson 4. Courage doesn't feel like confidence. Mario hears something strange, uncomfortable, unknown, and instead of avoiding it, he says, I guess we'll just follow that terrifying noise. That's courage, not confidence, not certainty, just movement, despite fear. Most people think they need to feel ready before they act, but you never feel ready. You just decide to move anyway. Lesson 5. You're not supposed to do this alone. Throughout the movie, no one succeeds alone. Mario believes in Peach, Luigi calls for help, the Lumas show up when they're needed, everyone moves forward, together. Even Rosalina's story reflects this. She was protected before she became the protector. That's how growth works. You're supported before you become strong enough to support others. But a lot of people fight this. They think, I have to do everything myself. And that belief slows them down more than failure ever could. Lesson 6. Growth requires adaptation. The movie keeps pushing the characters into new situations, new planets, new challenges, new environments, and every time they have to adapt. That's the real meaning of growth. It's not about staying comfortable. It's about adjusting again and again and again. Because the moment you stop adapting, you fall behind. So maybe this story isn't really about saving a galaxy. Maybe it's about understanding yourself, why you chase approval, why you hesitate, why you struggle to grow, and what it actually takes to move forward. Because just like in the movie, you're not supposed to have everything figured out. You're just supposed to keep going.